Picture this, a martial art so precise, so utterly devastating that its deadliest moves are banned across the globe because they can shatter bones in the blink of an eye. Today, we're diving into the forbidden world of Wing Chun's most dangerous techniques, 10 banned Wing Chun moves that can break bones instantly. These are the moves they don't teach in dojos, the ones whispered about in secret. Stick around, because number 1 will leave you speechless. First up, the Sao Snap Strike. Wing Chun's sticky hands technique turns control into chaos. Trap an opponent's arm, snap your elbow down, and crack. The forearm splinters instantly. Bruce Lee refused to teach this publicly, fearing its brutal power. In the 1960s, Hong Kong street brawlers used it to end fights, leaving opponents clutching shattered arms. Picture a crowded alley, a quick grapple, and the sound of bone breaking echoes through the night. Masters trained for years to sense the arm's weakest point through Chi Sao drills. One wrong angle and the strike fails, but a master could deliver it blindfolded. Some practiced on bamboo stalks to mimic the snap of bone. A single strike could leave an opponent defenseless, their arm hanging uselessly. In one 1965 incident, a brawler used this to stop a knife fight, shocking onlookers. The move's secrecy made it a legend in Hong Kong's underworld. Next, the chain punch bone breaker. Wing Chun's rapid-fire punches become a nightmare when angled at the collarbone. A flurry of strikes shatters it in seconds. In the 1960s, Hong Kong's fight clubs banned this after fighters limped away with collapsed shoulders. Visualize fists flying like a machine gun, each punch chipping away until the bone snaps. Masters trained on wooden dummies to perfect the angle. In the 1950s, Kowloon, a fighter used this to drop a gang leader, cementing his legend. Students struck sandbags to toughen their knuckles for this brutal technique. The relentless rhythm of punches could overwhelm even seasoned fighters. One tale claims a single flurry broke both collarbones of an opponent. Fighters practiced in dim dojos, their punches echoing like war drums. This move's sheer speed made it nearly impossible to block. At number 3, the Lowline Shin kick. This low, vicious strike splits the shin bone with surgical precision. In 19th century China, Wing Chun monks crippled bandits with it, dropping them in agony. Modern dojos banned it to prevent permanent injuries. Picture an attacker charging, you drop low, and a single kick sends them crashing, clutching a shattered leg. Training involved kicking heavy rice bags for strength. A 1800s text describes monks practicing on stone pillars to harden their shins. This move was forbidden outside life-or-death battles. The kick's force could shatter bone through thick clothing. One monk reportedly stopped a horse-mounted attacker with this technique. Villages feared its power, calling it the demon's stomp. It required perfect balance to avoid self-injury. Number 4, the trapping elbow smash. Pin an opponent's arms, then drive your elbow into their ribcage, cracking multiple ribs in one blow. In the 1970s, Macau's fight clubs outlawed it after hospital wards filled with injured fighters. Imagine trapping their arms, your elbow flashing forward, and the crunch of ribs silencing the room. Masters practiced on sandbags for pinpoint accuracy. A 1972 bar brawl saw a master use this to end a fight, leaving his opponent gasping. Fighters trained to avoid bruising their elbows with precise strikes. The move's power came from a subtle hip twist, amplifying force. Some dojos banned even practicing it due to its danger. A single strike could collapse a lung in severe cases. Witnesses described the sound as a tree branch snapping. Halfway through the neck snap palm strike, this open palm hit targets the neck's cervical vertebrae, dislocating the spine in a blink. Ancient scrolls warn only masters could use it without fatal results. In the 1920s, Foshan, a master stopped a duel with it, leaving his rival unconscious. Visualize a palm striking like a cobra, the opponent crumpling. Training required striking padded targets with exact force. Some masters meditated to hone their focus for this deadly move. A 1930s dojo record notes its use was restricted to trusted students. The strike's speed made it nearly invisible to onlookers. One misstep could turn this move lethal. It was taught in candlelit rooms to avoid prying eyes. A survivor of this strike described it as a lightning bolt to the soul. Number 6. The knee joint crusher. This stomping kick destroys the knee joint, snapping ligaments in one motion. In the early 20th century, a female Wing Chun master dropped a warlord's bodyguard with it. Modern dojos banned it to avoid crippling injuries. Picture an opponent swinging, you sidestep, and a brutal stomp sends them screaming to the ground. Training involved stomping wooden boards for power. Masters wrapped their ankles to prevent injury during practice. It was called the silent finisher in old texts. The move's precision could target either knee with equal devastation. A single stomp could end a fight before it escalated. In one tale, a master used it to escape a bandit ambush. Its simplicity made it terrifyingly effective. At number 7, the spinning forearm break. Using Wing Chun's spinning stance, lock and twist an opponent's arm, snapping the forearm like a twig. In 18th century China, nuns used it to defend monasteries. Underground fight rings banned it for gruesome injuries. Imagine a graceful spin, a sudden grab, and a snap that makes the crowd wince. Students practiced on padded mannequins. A 1790s manuscript notes only trusted disciples learned it. Timing was critical to avoid self-injury. The twist's force could break both radius and ulna. Nuns reportedly used it to disarm sword-wielding attackers. The move required immense wrist strength, honed through grueling exercises. Its sound alone could terrify onlookers. Number 8. The floating sum rib hook. This sneaky punch slips under the guard, cracking the floating ribs like kindling. In the 1950s, Hong Kong's rooftop fighters banned it after fighters suffered punctured lungs. Visualize a subtle feint, a hook punch landing like a thunderbolt, and the opponent doubling over, gasping. Masters honed it by striking padded posts. A 1955 police report describes a street fight where this left an attacker writhing. Fighters shadowboxed for hours to perfect the motion. The punch's angle made it nearly undefendable. Some fighters aimed slightly upward to maximize damage. Dojo elders warned students of its devastating consequences. The move's stealth made it a favorite in street brawls. Number 9. The eye socket gouge. Precise finger strikes target the eye socket's delicate bones, fracturing them with blinding pain. Ancient masters reserved it for life or death battles, and it's banned worldwide for its cruelty. In the 1930s China, a master stopped a knife-wielding attacker with it. Picture fingers darting like arrows, stopping short of catastrophic damage. Training required pinpoint accuracy on soft targets. Some masters used blindfolds to heighten awareness. It was taught only to those who vowed secrecy. The strike could disorient an opponent in milliseconds. A single jab could end a fight instantly. Survivors described the pain as unbearable, like fire in their skull. Its use was forbidden in all but the direst situations. Even a glancing blow could cause severe injury. One strike could silence an entire crowd in horror. These Wing Chun moves are so deadly, they're hidden from the world. But now you've seen their secrets. If this left you stunned, wait for our next video on forbidden Krav Maga techniques that'll blow your mind. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which move shocked you the most. Let's keep uncovering the world's deadliest martial arts together. See you in the next one.